I appreciate the ripple effect of not only Carson kind of disrupting the NFC East, but I don't think we're saying this out loud enough. I mean, you said it. Amari Cooper's getting cut. Lawrence is more than likely not going to be there either. They are looking for linebacker help, even though they've drafted 3 of them in the first round in 3 consecutive years. I'm tired of fucking hearing about linebackers. Sorry, had to get that out there. They are 3 or 4 in this division, no doubt about it. Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn are fighting for power. This is a disaster for the Cowboys. Giants, Eagles, 1 or 2, Washington, Dallas, 3 or 4. That's how this goes. There's never been a repeat winner. We all know that stat since, the beginning of time. No one's been a repeat champion since Andy Reid, which is fucking crazy. But Dallas should be done.
You didn't listen to me last year, John. I'm sorry, Vince.
How did they do?
They won the division
and then what happened?
But then still won the division.
All right.
That's all I said. I didn't say they were going to the Super Bowl. I said they're going to the division. And it happened.
I hate to say it, but he's accurate. Yeah.
The Giants are going to be top 2?
No, I'm saying you were accurate last year.
No,
the Giants are – I'm not worried about the Giants this year. But when it comes to the division, I think here's where I think you're onto something. They are hiring smart people from a good organization. So – are they probably going to be good in a year or 2? Yeah, which is, on some level, it is exciting. I do miss that. Like, the early 2000s, that rivalry, I think of, Antonio Pierce. I hated that guy. But you know what? It made it fun. You loved those games. You loved beating the Giants. It was exciting. It hasn't been exciting beating the Giants in, 10 years? Yeah. I mean, really, it's just they're not an exciting team. They're not interesting. They haven't been all that good. They get fluky when they win. That was over 10 years ago now.
So it seems like Miracle in Meadowlands 3 was the last one. That's kind of after that. What's the rivalry been?
And even then, it was because they were just so bad. The Eagles were so bad in that game that it was crazy that they won. So the rivalry hasn't been there. With Dallas, it's kind of there because they're always talented. You had Wentz and Dak for a little bit, but it's cooled off a little bit. It's not as strong as
it's back on. Actually, speaking of that,
well, Dak and Wentz is back, baby. So fire up those old tweets. Let's go pull those back up. But yeah, it's now the division has storylines. Now the division is fun. Now you have actual movement. You've got the Wentz thing and Rivera, and we'll see where that goes. It's going to stink.
6-10.
Dallas is starting to fall
11,
apart.
Sorry.
I think they're going to implode. I mean, McCarthy was very tenuous already. Now they're going to cut talent. You tell me that's going to get better? No. Good luck with that. And then for the Eagles, it's all the growing and changing for us. Obviously, we're obsessed with all that anyway. And then the Giants could be good in a year or 2, and it's what kind of signs do they make? How do they rebuild? So there's a lot going on with the division.
There's too many smart people in New York for it to be bad. That's my contention. I know we're not all hepped up on Daniel Jones like I am, apparently.
No.
But I think they're an instant playoff contender immediately. Because if we, a perfect example, okay, is Carson Wentz and coaching and all this other stuff. If we looked at Carson Wentz in 2017 and didn't know anything about John DeFilippo, Frank Reich, Doug Peterson's all influence on that 1 year of crafting the shit out of that year, because we know that's true. That's not Carson. That's him actually listening to his coaches, actually getting pushed, and that's what you develop out of that. Joe Judge isn't that. He's just a pusher with no philosophical value at all. We have to start believing that good coaches do raise the level, no matter how bad the floor might be for any one particular. That's what I'm not going to say he's going to light the world on fire. I'm not diving into the New York Giants pool of this guy is just the next Joe Montana and he just needs a good coach. That's not what's going to happen. But in the same way that unfortunately I'm going to keep using this man's name, Ryan Tannehill created a playoff team. We can debate on how good he is, and obviously we all think he's probably still second tier bullshit quarterback. But I mean, he's gotten them closer than anybody else in a long time in Tennessee, and I think that's the same path for the Giants right now. Ken Dorsey, all that stuff. I really want to bring Brian McKeon back on from the New York Groove. Shout out Last Out Media Studios and doing some stuff there. But I don't know, man. I don't know if you've been convinced over the last couple of weeks of all these different smart people going to New York, all these dumb people and dumb transactions happening with Washington, happening with Dallas. They're going to be there whether we like it or not, even if Daniel Jones is just average.
You have a weird trauma reaction to any quarterback in this division that has any flash against the Eagles. Like that good moment's just gonna last forever against the Eagles. I don't know what it is. I don't know who did it to you.
It's that 80-yard run when he fell down, right? That's
When he fell down?
That I'm still
Yeah.
thinking of.
So look, could they run some RPOs and he's passable? Yeah,
That's what I mean.
I can see that, but are they really a playoff team? Are they great? That roster's got a lot of problems still. I don't buy them yet. Again, in a year or two, I think absolutely the Giants are going to be they're on track to be a very good team. So we'll have something to respect in the division.
Has Ben McAdoo ever been rehired anywhere? No.
I think he's
If Joe Judge wasn't a friend of Bill Belichick, would he be hired anywhere right now?
No.
Probably not. I rest my case, Your Honor. I mean, it's just sometimes coaching is that bad where it's going to affect a team, and the Giants are a perfect candidate for that. They have a really good defense. No one talks about it because their offense can't do anything.
Well, yeah, and I'm tired of talking about enough Giants. Enough Giants with you. It's all the time the
Telling
Giants
you.
come up. It's just.
But I love this. I think it puts two teams at the bottom of the barrel before the draft happens because there's not unless the Cowboys really nail the draft coming out of this and fix their cap hell issues. Whatever.
Yeah.
You can't replace experience with a Cooper. You can't with Lawrence, with whatever. If you're going to double down on Randy Gregory and all that other stuff, I feel really good about the Eagles' chance.